Imagine this for a moment. What if you found a book that could grant any wish you wanted? Anything at all. But there is one condition. To make your wish come true, you must do exactly what the book tells you, even if it is something strange or even dangerous. Would you still take that risk for your wish? That is what today's movie is about. A group of children discover such a book that grants wishes but demands tasks in return. And the things it asks them to do are so shocking, they cannot believe it. So what exactly did the book tell them? And what choice did the children make? The story begins with three friends, Kazuki, Sunny, and Taichi. They go to an old temple because they have heard a rumor. Anyone who makes a wish there will have it fulfilled. With hope in their hearts, they each make a wish. But something strange happens. Their wishes turn into smoke, drift through the air, and slip into a pot kept inside the temple. Suddenly, a shadowy figure appears, something that looks more like a ghost than a human. Without saying a word, it grabs the pot and runs away. The three friends are too focused on their own thoughts and do not notice what just happened. That ghost then takes the pot to an old bookshop. Inside, the shop's owner is waiting. The ghost says, "I have brought the wishes of 3 children. I think it is time to use the ghost book." The owner replies, "Do you think those children will be able to follow the book's instructions?" The ghost nods. "They are brave and full of energy. I think they will try." The owner smiles faintly and says, "Then go tonight. Tell them about this shop so they will come looking for the book." The ghost agrees. Later that night, Kazuki is asleep when the ghost appears beside his bed. It whispers, "If you truly want your wish to come true, go tomorrow to the old bookshop. There you will find out how. But be warned, fulfilling a wish may cost you your life." Then the ghost disappears into the darkness. Kazuki wakes up in shock. He wonders, who was that? How did they know about my wish? But then he tells himself maybe it was only a dream. After all, he thinks about his wish all the time, so maybe his mind just imagined it. Yet deep down, he feels it was something more, something real. The next morning, Kazuki meets Sunny and Taichi at school. As they begin talking, he learns something shocking. Both of them also saw the ghost last night. Just like Kazuki, the ghost told them to visit the old bookstore if they wanted their wishes to come true. Kazuki is stunned. So it wasn't just a dream, that ghost was real. He thinks for a moment and then says, "It must have come from that temple where we made our wishes. Maybe we should listen to it. Who knows? Maybe our dreams really will come true." His friends nod, though they are nervous. Later, while sitting in class, the three whisper quietly about what to do next. Just then, a new teacher enters the room. Her name is Hayama. Their regular teacher has gone on maternity leave, so for now, Hayama will take over the class. She looks a little nervous. It is her first time teaching, but there's also a spark of hope in her eyes. She wants to prove to herself that she can do it. After school ends, Kazuki, Sunny, and Taichi go straight to the old bookstore, just as the ghost instructed. But when they arrive, they can't believe what they see. Yesterday, this place was empty. There was no shop here at all. How could someone open an entire shop overnight? Still, the children don't care. All that matters is their wishes. So without hesitation, they step inside. What they don't know is that Hayama has noticed them sneaking into the shop. Curious and concerned, she quietly follows them in, wanting to see what her students are up to. Inside, the three friends find the shop strangely quiet. The shopkeeper is asleep at the counter. They whisper to each other and begin to search the shelves. The ghost had promised they would find the ghost book here, the mysterious book that could make wishes come true. Soon their eyes fall on a book that looks ancient, heavy, and far too expensive for them to buy. Without money, there's only one thing left to do. They decide to take it secretly, but just as they grab it, the shop owner wakes up. His sharp eyes catch them in the act. Fear spreads through the children as they realize they've been caught. They clutch the book and try to run. The owner calls after them, "Wait! You must first listen to the rules of the book. Without them, you cannot use it properly." But the children are too scared to stop. They run as fast as they can, desperate to escape. However, something strange happens. From the outside, the shop looks small. Yet inside, no matter how long they run, the exit never appears. The shelves go on forever. The corridors twist and stretch endlessly. Finally, after what feels like ages, they stumble out into the open air. Hayama also comes out behind them, breathless. She stops the children and demands, "What were you doing in there? Which book did you take?" Panicking, Kazuki points upward and shouts, "Look, a buffalo flying in the sky!" Instinctively, Hayama turns to look, but instead of a buffalo, she sees something even stranger. The houses, the streets, the entire world around her has flipped upside down. It is as if the laws of reality themselves have broken. Confused and frightened, she whispers, "Where am I? Am I imagining this?" Meanwhile, Kazuki reaches home, only to find it completely changed. The furniture is strange, the rooms look different, and worst of all, no one is there. His family has vanished. Terrified, he runs outside where Sunny and Taichi arrive. They too have noticed the same thing. The whole city is empty, silent, abandoned. Sunny says in a shaky voice, "Ever since we stepped out of that shop, something strange is happening. It's like we're not in our world anymore." The three decide to search the city, hoping to find at least one other person. After wandering for some time, they finally spot a familiar face, their friend Minato. Overjoyed, they run to him. Minato looks just as confused. He says, "I don't know what happened. I was sleeping, and then suddenly, I ended up here. Please help me. I just want to go back home." The three exchange glances. They don't know how to explain what's happening, but they welcome Minato to join them. Together, maybe they can find a way out. Yet deep down, Kazuki, Sunny, and Taichi are uneasy because they know something Minato doesn't. Just a week ago, Minato was in a terrible accident. She was injured so badly that she fell into a coma. Right now, in the real world, Minato should be lying unconscious in a hospital bed. So how is she here, standing before them, alive and well? A chilling thought creeps into their minds. Did we die? Are we in the afterlife? Or is this some other world entirely? But they decide to keep these fears to themselves. If Minato finds out, it will only make her panic. Everyone's first thought is to return to the old bookstore. Maybe if they go back, they can find a way out of this strange world. But when they reach the same place, their hearts almost stop. The shop is gone. The building is empty, as if it never existed. A cold shiver runs down their spines. What is happening? Who is playing with us? And now, how will we return to our own world? Then Kazuki remembers something. Their teacher, Miss Hayama, was also pulled into this world with them. If they can find her, maybe together they can figure out what to do. Luckily, Sunny remembers that Hayama is actually a distant relative of his. Using that connection, they manage to track down her address. When they arrive, they find Hayama in a terrible state. She looks pale and frightened, clutching her head and muttering, "Where am I? How do I get out of here?" Sometimes she even screams in panic. The children quickly calm her down and explain everything. The ghost who appeared at night, the mysterious bookstore, and the ghost book that trapped them all here. At first, Hayama struggles to believe it, but looking at the emptiness of the city and hearing the fear in their voices, she realizes there is no other explanation. She agrees to join them. Together, they must find a way out. But outside the window, the world shows its true face. Strange, terrifying creatures roam the streets. They are not human at all. Their eyes glow, their bodies twist unnaturally, and their growls shake the air. This place clearly belongs to monsters, not people. The children in Hayama quickly lock all the doors and hide inside. The next morning, they gather around the strange book. Its cover is marked with the number 7 and 2 bold lines. None of them can understand what it means. Flipping through the pages, they suddenly see something that makes them freeze. It's the same ghost who had visited them in their dreams. Beneath the picture, there is writing. The book explains, this ghost is one of the 7 monsters. If it is caught and sealed inside the book, then released again, it will help you complete one task of your choice. Each monster can only be used once. When all 7 monsters are captured and locked inside this book, your wishes will be granted. But beware. This task is neither easy nor safe. Fail to finish it in time, and you will remain prisoners of this world forever. The words are chilling. Still, the children stare at each other in silence. Deep down, they know they cannot give up. Their wishes are too important. No matter the risk, they must go on. So their monster hunt begins. Soon they discover the ghost hiding in their own house, perched high up on a chandelier, watching them with glowing eyes. At once, they leap into action, trying to grab him. But in the struggle, the ghost's disguise slips away. To their surprise, he is not a shadowy spirit at all, but a small, mischievous monster. He is quick, playful, and impossible to hold on to, like trying to catch a wild chicken. After many failed attempts, it is Taichi who comes up with a clever trick. Using his wits, he manages to trap the little creature inside the ghost book. The children are amazed as the pages glow, sealing the monster inside. Now they finally understand how the book works. If they wish, they can release this captured monster once to force it to perform any one task. No refusals allowed, but only once. They test it by letting the monster out and asking about the next target. The little creature explains, "Whenever you capture one of us, the book will reveal the location of the next monster on its pages. That is how you move forward." Curious, Kazuki also asks about the 2 mysterious lines on the cover. The monster giggles and says, "That means you only have 2 days. In these 2 days, you must capture all 7 monsters. Fail, and you will face terrible danger, even death." The room falls silent. 2 days. That means every second counts. The children look at each other nervously, but still, they do not back down. Kazuki clenches his fist. We started this, and we will finish it. We'll risk everything if that's what it takes. Minato and Hayama also agree to stay with them. Together, they will face this strange world and capture the monsters. But there is one question still left unanswered. What exactly are the wishes that Kazuki, Sunny, and Taichi made? What dreams are so important that they are willing to risk their lives for them? That, friends, we will find out soon. Following the Ghost Book's instructions, everyone heads toward a dark jungle. According to the pages, the next monster lives inside a cave, but this one has a strange weakness. He cannot bear hearing bad things about himself. If someone insults him, he loses control. That is the only way to bring him out. So the group gathers in front of the cave. Nervously, they begin to shout insults inside, saying mean things about the monster. At first, there is silence, but then, with a deep roar, the cave trembles. Out he comes, massive, terrifying, far larger than anything they had imagined. His body spins at incredible speed, like a deadly machine, smashing and destroying everything in his path. Trees fall, rocks break, and the ground shakes under his power. Everyone panics. How will we ever trap something like that? Kazuki shouts while they run in every direction, barely dodging the monster's attacks. But once again, Taichi keeps his calm. He places the Ghost Book open on the ground. Then he steps forward and shouts even louder insults, drawing the monster's attention directly to himself. The beast, furious, spins at full speed and charges toward Taichi like a storm. At the last second, Taichi leaps aside. The monster slams straight into the book, which flashes brightly, and in an instant, he is sucked inside. Breathing heavily, the children realize they have done it. Another monster captured. Out of 7, they have now sealed 3. That means 5 still remain. Time is slipping away. The book soon reveals the next challenge, a monster that looks like a floating sheet of white cloth. His weakness? He cannot tolerate being dirtied. If his pure white surface is stained, he loses control. So the group comes prepared, carrying paints and colors to splash on him. But before they can act, the monster strikes first. He swoops down and wraps himself tightly around Sunny, dragging him upward into the air. Kazuki and Taichi rush to help, but they too get tangled and lifted high off the ground. Panic fills the air as they struggle to breathe. Just then, Hayama and Minato grab some paint rings and hurl them at the monster. Streaks of color land on his body. The cloth monster shrieks in horror, flailing wildly. "No, don't stain me!" he cries. Terrified of being completely dirtied, he releases the children and dives straight into the Ghost Book on his own. Another one down. Only 4 monsters left, but now the book's warning grows harsher. They have just 1 day remaining. If they fail, they will be trapped in this world forever. Determined, they continue. The next monster is described as a being with 100 eyes. Wherever an attack comes from, he sees it instantly and blocks it. A nearly impossible foe. Everyone feels hopeless, but Hayama thinks carefully and comes up with an idea. If he has 100 eyes, then let's make him cry. We'll use onion water. The children smile at the clever plan. They quickly chop onions, squeeze out the juice, and fill it into balloons. Armed with dozens of stinging water bombs, they set out once more. When the monster appears, its body covered with countless blinking eyes, it looks horrifying. The children launch their attack, throwing balloon after balloon, but to their shock, every balloon bounces away, blocked by an invisible shield around the monster. He laughs mockingly. "Did you really think I would be fooled? I am not weak enough to fear such tricks." For a moment, despair fills the group, but Minato steps forward bravely. "You're wrong," she says firmly. "You are weak." Then she hurls balloon after balloon with determination. One slips past the shield and splashes across the monster's many eyes. He howls in agony, twisting in pain. More balloons follow, breaking through his defenses. The monster falls to the ground, weeping loudly. Minato lowers her head respectfully and whispers, "I'm sorry, but we had no choice." With that, the Ghost Book opens, pulling the creature inside. After catching the 100-eyed monster, the group makes their way to a nearby park. They gather together on the benches, trying to learn from the Ghost Book who the next monster might be. While the others are busy flipping through its pages, Taichi relaxes and begins swinging back and forth on an old swing. But then, the words on the book's page reveal a terrifying truth. The next monster is the swing itself. Whoever rides it will never be allowed to get off. Instead, the swing will carry its victim straight down to hell. Everyone freezes in fear. Their eyes dart to Taichi, who is still happily swinging, unaware of the danger. Suddenly, the chains creak, and the swing begins to pull him upward, higher and higher, refusing to let him escape. "Taichi!" Kazuki shouts. The children rush forward, grabbing onto the swing in desperation. Hayama too climbs onto it, hoping their combined weight will slow it down. But the monster is too strong. The swing rises higher, dragging all of them into the sky. It is no longer a simple playground toy. It is a demon determined to carry them all away. On the ground, Sunny is left behind. His arms are too short, his legs too small. He cannot reach the swing to climb up. He can only watch helplessly as his friends are lifted higher and higher, the sky swallowing them. His chest tightens. I can't just stand here. I have to save them. With trembling hands, Sunny opens the ghost book. He releases the white cloth monster they had captured earlier. Please, he pleads, help me save my friends. The cloth monster nods, wrapping itself around Sunny like wings. Together, they soar into the air, chasing after the swing. With incredible speed, Sunny reaches his friends and slams the book open against the swing. The monstrous chains rattle and scream before being pulled inside, trapped within the pages. But just as the swing disappears into the book, Kazuki, Taichi, Hayama, and Minato lose their hold. Their bodies fall, plummeting straight toward a deep ditch below. The children scream, wind whipping past them. It seems certain they will die. At the last moment, the cloth monster stretches out, catching each of them gently in its folds. One by one, it sets them safely on the ground. Everyone gasps in relief. Sunny has saved them all. The others crowd around him, clapping his back and praising him proudly. For once, the smallest one has become the biggest hero. After catching their breath, they return to the book to uncover the identity of the next monster. The pages shift and words appear. This time, the monster is described as a reflection. Whoever looks into a mirror will see their image step out of the glass. The reflection will then try to replace the original and take their life. The children feel a heavy dread. How can anyone fight against their own mirror self? Before they can plan, it happens. Kazuki glances at a mirror nearby, and suddenly his reflection steps forward. Now there are two Kazukis standing side by side. Everyone is stunned. Which one is the real one? Taichi asks. To test them, he asks both Kazukis a few questions. Shockingly, they answer exactly the same. There is no way to tell them apart. In desperation, Taichi holds up the ghost book and tries to trap the fake one. But in his haste, he makes a mistake. He aims at the real Kazuki. Sparks of electricity burst out. The real Kazuki cries in pain and collapses. Because he is human, the book rejects him violently. His body trembles from the shocks, his face pale. The others rush to his side, horrified, but at least now they know the truth. If one Kazuki was harmed by the book, the other must be the fake. The false Kazuki smirks and bolts, running away as fast as he can. Worse still, his body splits into many copies, dozens of Kazukis running in every direction. Chaos erupts. How can they catch the right one? Which is the true reflection? It is Minato who steps forward. Her voice is soft but steady. If this really is Kazuki's reflection, then he will have something of Kazuki inside him too. And Kazuki never ignores me. She closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and calls out gently, "Please come inside the book. I promise I won't hurt you." Her words melt through the crowd of fake Kazukis. Slowly, every reflection lowers its head and walks forward. One by one, they step into the ghost book willingly, sealing themselves away. The others stare in shock. How did you do that? Hayama whispers. Minato blushes faintly. She knows the truth. Kazuki has always liked her, even though he never had the courage to say it aloud. And because the reflection carried Kazuki's feelings too, it could not resist her kindness. It surrendered to her voice, just as Kazuki always would. Kazuki, still weak from the shock, looks at Minato with wide eyes. Now only one monster is left. If they can capture him, their wishes will finally come true. But this last one is the most dangerous of all. The ghost book says he has the power to eat other monsters, and even worse, he can control time itself. Hearing this, Kazuki, Taichi, and Sunny feel hopeful. If he can control time, they say, then our wish will definitely come true. Minato looks at them and quietly asks, "Will you tell me what your wish is? We've come so far together. Please tell me." But the three boys smile awkwardly and reply, "It's a secret between us, just a boys' matter." Their words break Minato's heart. She supported them through everything, but they still won't tell her. Feeling hurt, she leaves the room sadly. Hayama watches this and scolds the boys. "You've made her upset. What is your wish that you can't even share it with her? At least tell me." The three lower their heads. Then finally they reveal the truth. Their wish is to cure Minato. Friends, let me explain what happened. On Minato's birthday, Kazuki, Sunny, and Taichi planned a surprise. They told her to walk down a certain road while they hid with her gift. But as Minato walked by, a heavy stand accidentally fell on her. She was badly injured and slipped into a coma. From that day, the boys promised themselves they would do anything to heal her. That was the wish they made at the temple. Unknowingly, Minato overhears all of this. Tears fill her eyes. She never imagined her friends were risking their lives only to save her. Overwhelmed with gratitude, she thanks them. But suddenly her body begins to fade. The time she has in this strange world is running out. If the last monster is not caught soon, she will vanish forever. Everyone rushes to find the final monster, but they have no idea where he is hiding. Time is almost up. Desperate, they beg Little, the small, naughty monster, for help. By rule, a monster can only help once after being released from the book. Little has already done his part, but seeing the children's courage and loyalty, he breaks the rule. I will help you one more time, he says, but be careful. The last monster is stronger than all of us. The group thanks him deeply and sets out. Little tells them the last monster lives inside a grand palace. When they reach it, the monster's soldiers immediately attack. The children quickly release all the monsters they have caught. Go! They shout. Fight for us! The monsters obey and clash with the soldiers, giving the children a chance to run inside. But waiting in the palace hall is the last monster himself, huge, terrifying, and ready for them. The children try to trap him in the ghost book, but it doesn't work. Their captured monsters also fight bravely, but the last monster devours them one by one. With every bite, his power grows. He gains 100 eyes, he floats like the swing monster, and he spins like the machine monster. He becomes unstoppable. Everyone loses hope, and Minato's body grows weaker, fading fast. Knowing her end is near, she begs the monster, "Please don't hurt them. Send my friends back to the real world. I can't let them die for me." Surprisingly, the monster agrees. He opens a glowing portal. One by one, the children are pushed toward it, back to their real world. They can now live safely again. But Minato cannot pass through. Her time is almost up, and she will die here. Kazuki's heart breaks. He cannot leave her behind. He stands firm and says, "If I go, I will take Minato with me. If not, then I won't go at all." His words stun everyone. Seeing his courage, Taichi and Sunny also step forward. "We won't leave either. We'll stay and fight together." Minato smiles through her tears. For the first time, she realizes just how much her friends truly love her. At that moment, Little Monster and the Cloth Monster reappear. Though they had already broken the rules, they decide to help again. "For your courage and friendship," they say, "we will fight with you." Hope returns. The group regains their strength. With the monsters by their side, they make one final plan. Together, they prepare for the ultimate battle against the most powerful monster of all. The last monster stands tall and roars, "It is not only difficult to catch me, it is impossible. I will not spare anyone." His voice shakes the palace walls. But then Kazuki rises into the air, carried by the cloth monster. Without wasting a second, he charges forward and tries to trap the giant in the ghost book. The monster laughs and grabs him instead, locking Kazuki inside his grip. "Foolish child," the monster growls. But then he notices something strange. The Kazuki in his hand is not real. It's only a reflection. Before he can react, the real Kazuki appears and shouts, "What's wrong? Did you think only you had brains? We naughty kids are the cleverest of all." With that, he slams the book open. The monster screams, thrashes, and is finally pulled inside. The room bursts with joy. They did it. The most powerful monster has been captured. And then, from within the book, all the other monsters it had swallowed earlier come spilling out, freed once again. Kazuki wastes no time. He calls out the last monster and commands him, "You can control time, so I want you to take me back to the moment before Minato's accident, when the stand was about to fall on her." The monster narrows his eyes. "If you go back and save her, your life will continue from there. But everything you experienced in this world, you will forget it. Do you still wish to do this?" Kazuki thinks of his friends, of Minato, of their struggles and victories, and even of their teacher Hayama, who stood by them. His heart aches. "If I forget, we will treat Miss Hayama like a stranger in the real world." Hayama smiles gently. "Don't worry about me. Teachers always remember special children, and I will become your friend again." Hearing this, Kazuki's eyes brighten. He turns to the monster. "Send me back. I want to save Minato." A glowing portal appears, showing the day of Minato's birthday. Kazuki sees her walking down the road where the accident was about to happen. He shouts, "Minato, move away from there!" Startled, she steps aside just in time. The heavy stand crashes harmlessly onto the ground. She is safe, and in that moment, the Kazuki from the magical world fades away. Back in the new timeline, Minato looks at Kazuki and smiles. "Thank you. If you hadn't warned me, something terrible would have happened today." Kazuki, confused, whispers, "But when did I warn her?" His friends laugh it off, not realizing the truth. From now on, the story continues in this new timeline, one where Minato never had her accident. Meanwhile, in the magical world, as the wish is fulfilled, the world begins to collapse. The skies shimmer, the walls tremble, everything turns into light. Kazuki looks at Minato and, with a shy voice, finally says, "Minato, I like you." Her face turns red, but she smiles and replies, "Just saying it here is not enough. You'll have to say it in the real world too." Everyone bursts into laughter, and slowly the magical world is absorbed back into the ghost book, waiting for the next child who dares to make a wish. In the final scene, Kazuki, Sunny, Taichi, and Minato are once again at school. Their teacher Hayama walks in. The moment she sees them, her eyes fill with tears. She doesn't know why, but faint memories touch her heart. The four children too feel a strange pull, as if something important happened between them, something they cannot quite remember. But since they are just kids, they laugh, smile, and return to playing together, carrying only a faint shadow of the adventure that changed their lives. And that, friends, is the end of this story. A tale of courage, friendship, sacrifice, and a magical book that can grant wishes if one dares to pay the price. So how did you like this story? Wasn't it full of twists and surprises? Take care of yourself, and thank you so much for watching.